In this class, we're going to go over questions on indirect variation. Okay, what exactly do we mean by indirect variation? A variation whereby one of the quantity increases while the other decreases. That kind of variation is what we call indirect variation. You understand? Listen to the explanation again. When we talk about indirect variation, it is a kind of variation or kind of a relationship that exists between two quantities in which one of the quantity increases while the other decreases. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, that kind of variation is what we call indirect variation. Okay, now how do you understand what is meant by indirect variation? Let's look at example. Okay, and another name for indirect variation is inverse. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Inverse variation. Okay, now let's look at question number 1. If y varies inversely as x and y equals to 2 when x equals to 3, find y when x equals to 6. Okay, now let's look at the question. Y varies inversely. What is the meaning of inverse? Inverse simply means the reciprocal of a number. You understand? For example, let's say we have a. The inverse of a is what? 1 over a. Do you understand? Okay, if I have b, the inverse of b is what? 1 over b. Do you understand? Okay, now back to the question. If y varies inversely as x, so y varies, this is the variation sign, inversely as x, that means we are going to have 1 over x. Do you understand? Okay, now, and y is 2. We are given that y is 2 when x is 3. When x is 3, find y. We are asked to find y when x equals to 6. When x equals to 6. Okay, so how do we solve this question? Well, to solve this question, with respect to what we've learned in our previous class on direct variation, the first step is that we have to get the constant. You understand? Now, we have to change this variation sign to an equals to sign. And because variation talks about the degree of differences between two quantities, so if I want to change this variation sign to an equals to sign, it is necessary that I introduce a proportionality constant. You understand? The goals of the proportionality constant is to tell us the degree of variation that exists between y and x. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm going to have y equals to k multiplied by 1 over x. Okay, so y equals to k over x. Do you understand? Don't forget that I told you k is just a constant. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Which tells us the degree of variation, the degree of differences that exist between the variable x and y. So having understand that, we can now solve for the value of x, for the value of k from the value of y and x that we have been given. We've been given that y equals to 2 when x equals to 3. So I'm going to replace y as 2. So I'm going to have 2 equals to k all over x. X is what? 3. So I'm going to have this over 3 and this over 1. So you are going to take the cross product. K will be equals to 6. Now, having gotten the value of k as 6, we can proceed to get the value of y when x is equals to 6. Okay, so how do we solve for the value of y when x equals to 6? It's simple. All you have to do is that, because, listen to me, listen very carefully. You know that y equals to k over x. Y equals to k over x. And from what we are given here, we have already gotten the value of k as what? K as 6. So I'm going to have y equals to what? 6 over x. Is that not it? Okay. Now, with respect to what we have here, this is the relationship between y, x. Are you getting it? This is the relationship that exists between y and x. So when x is equals to 6, I can easily get the value of y. All I have to do is that I just have to replace the value of x as the value that I'm given. So I'm going to have y equals to 6 over 6. So y equals to 1. Hence, when x is equals to 6, y equals to 1. When y is equals to 2, x equals to 3. Do you understand? Okay, let's look at one more example. If t varies as 1 over x squared, given that t equals to 9, when s equals to 10, find t if s equals to 6, and find s if t equals to 4. Okay, now we are given that, please pay attention, we are given that t varies as 1 over s squared. Okay, we are given that t equals to 9, t equals to 9, and s equals to 10. S equals to 10. We are asked to find okay, we have to find t if s equals to 6, and we have to find s if t equals to 4. Okay, now how do we solve for the value of let's first start with the first question. We have to find t when s equals to 6. Well, because we've been given the mathematical expression, all you have to do now is that we just have to change this variation sign to an equals to sign, and because of that we have to introduce a proportionality constant. Don't forget, I told you the works of a proportionality constant. Okay, so here I'm going to have t equals to k over s squared. Is that not it? Yes. Now, having gotten here, we need the value of the constant. Okay, so for t equals to 9, I'm going to have 9 equals to k over s squared. Now x squared is what? S is 10, so I'm going to have 10 squared. Okay, now 9 is equals to k all over 100. So k is equals to what? 9 multiplied by 100, right? Yes. So I'm going to have k equals to 900. Now, having gotten the value of k as 900, we can now get the value of t when s is 6, because we have gotten our proportionality constant. Okay, so t is that is for question A. When s equals to 6, we have to find the value of t. To get the value of t, having known that this is the relationship that exists between t and s, that is t equals to the proportionality constant that we introduce when we change this variation sign to the equals to sign, t equals to k over s squared. You understand? So I'm going to have t equals to, now because the value of k have been known as what? 900. So I'm going to have t equals to 900 all over s squared. Now, when we are given that s equals to 6, I'm going to have t equals to 900 over 6 squared. T equals to 900 all over 36. Now, t equals to 900. Now, please pay attention. 900 divided by 36. That will give us 25. You understand? So, t equals to 25. The value of t when s is equals to 6 is 25. Now, let us get b. For question B, we are asked to find s if t equals to 4. To get the value of s when t equals to 4, since t equals to k over s squared, so t equals to 4, I'm going to replace t as 4. 4 equals to k. K is what? 900. So I'm going to have 900 over s squared. The next step here is that I'm going to take the cross product. Okay, this over 1, I'm going to have 4s squared equals to 900. Now, to get the value of x, I have to divide both sides by 4. When I'm done with that, I'm going to take the square root. So I'm going to have this over 4 and this over 4. S squared equals to 900. Oh, now listen, please, I want you to pay attention here. 900 divided by 4, that will give us what? 225, right? Yes. Now, so I'm going to have s squared is equals to 200 and s squared is equals to 225. Okay. Now, to get the value of s, I have to take the square root of both sides. So I'm going to have the square root of s, the square root of s squared. So s is equals to 15. So when t is equals to 4, the value of s is 15. Oh, so s is what? Is 15. Do you understand? Okay, so now these are the basic important things that you have to know about indirect variation or inverse variation. The first thing is that when we talk about inverse variation, it is the relationship that exists between quantity in which one of the quantity increases, the other quantity decreases. A typical example of this kind of relationship is in the law of demand. You understand? Law of demand says that the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. That is, when the price of a product is high, the consumer, the people that are the buyer, will not be buying at a larger quantity. Do you understand? Okay, in that kind of relationship that exists between the demand of a quantity and the price of that quantity, we can talk about that. We can say that it is an inverse relationship. Do you understand? So an inverse relationship or indirect relationship or inverse variation or indirect variation is a kind of variation in which as one of the quantity increases, the other quantity decreases. Do you understand? We can test based on this relationship that we have here. Please listen. The relationship that is connecting y and x in the first question is y equals to 6 over x. You understand? Now, let us increase the value of s. We are going to discover that the value of y will decrease. Okay. Now, when x is what? When x is 6, you can see that the value of y is 1. Let us increase to x to 7. When x to 7, we are going to have y equals to 6 over 7, right? Yes. 6 over 7 will give us a decimal point. because it is an improper fraction. So you can see now, so as one of the variable or the quantity increases, the other decreases. That kind of relationship is what we call indirect variation. Are you getting it? Okay, we are going to look at more examples.
Before you go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also make sure you like and share the video to your friends, okay? And also don't forget to give me feedback. Tell me what you learned in the video. Tell me what you learned in the course of the class. Tell me what you don't understand also. And in addition, tell me the topics that you want to learn, the topics that you don't understand, okay? God will help you in your forthcoming exam. See you in the next class.